Peace. I thought I would come on and do a fun video today. I'm in the process of getting some decks out of my collection, and I do this every now and then. I moved about a year ago, maybe by going on a year and a half ago, and I left a lot of my decks, maybe about 10 or so of them, at the apartment complex that I lived in, and I took them down like throughout the year, and a lot of people snatched those up, and I really don't even remember what they were, but if I have decks in my collection that I don't use, some of them I don't resonate with, and there's nothing that I can do. Some of them, the imagery just doesn't work. Some of them have flat messages, or some of them I just can't really read with them at all. I've realized that I have a very specific taste when it comes to my decks, and you've all seen some of the ones that I use. I'll show a couple of my favorites. This right here. This is one of my favorite decks here, the Green Witch Oracle, and I've used this before. And I think a lover's reading I used this, and I think I'm going to start using this more. But this plant, flower energy, and these things resonate with me. I love flowers, I love herbs, I love veggies, I love fruits. And so this is the type of deck that I love. You all saw me the other day with my bird energy. I love animal decks. This is another beautiful deck, the Animal Allies. And I'm just showing kind of things that I'm drawn to, and I'll start using this more in the readings on this channel. Look at that gorgeous card, that swan energy. Look at that. An alligator. And so on. So, and I read better with animal energy, I find, or it resonates more with me, because that's my spirit work. So working with animals, working with nature spirits, working with crystals. I have crystal decks. Those are the decks that make me feel good. And here's another one of my favorites that I don't use nearly enough. I want to dive more into the book with this one, but I have the Herb Crafter's Tarot, and I'll probably do a video with some of my favorite cards, favorite decks. Look at that energy there. Whoops. Nasturtium, you can see. Chrysote bush, borage, the emperor hemlock, and then I'll eventually get a better setup here. But this is what I'm working with right now, and so I'm thankful for it. Oh, look at this one, the Ten of Water, the red clover. I love red clovers. One of my other favorite things that I do is I make teas, and I use a lot of red clover in my tea. You see that card? Beautiful. So that's the energies that I love. Crystal, animal, and herbs and flowers. I love animal decks. I love people decks too, as long as they contain folks of color. Black women, brown women. You know, I have issue with decks that don't include those, and that's why I tend to gravitate towards the herbs. So let's get started with some of the decks that we'll be leaving, and I think I'm going to take them. Normally I just give them away. One that left earlier this week I gave to a beautiful coworker of mine. It's called the Disney Villains Tarot, and that was a fun tarot deck, but I figured somebody else could enjoy it more. Great for shadow work, great for inner child healing, all those type of things. But it just didn't, it spoke to me, but not enough to keep it. Because I know what I like, and I know the decks that I'm going to pick up every single day, or pick up for readings, or decks that I find speak to me very clear. And so this is one that I thought would, and I don't know where I got this deck from, but I know it was overseas somewhere. And if I keep one, it might be this one. So I'm going to kind of keep this one with me for a little bit. the Oracle of Essences. And this is dealing with essential oils. I have another essential oil deck that I've used on here that I like much better. No imagery on it. Hold on, let me grab that one really quickly so I can do a comparison. This is the one that I will be keeping. This is the Essential Oil Oracle cards. Guidance as you find clarity and emotional healing. And by Lisa Powers. And I've used this deck when I did a lover's reading. I think the last lover's reading I did, I used this deck. And I'll just show you a couple of pictures from this. Women's. Soften. I take control. Trigger statement. True statement. I am compassionate. And just this type of imagery. Just nice and simple. Very minimalistic. Very easy to understand. Beautiful messages with this. Very healing messages. I can pull one card from this and it can bring up so much information. And that's what I look for in my decks. I don't want to just look at a card and just sit there. So this deck is beautiful. Don't get me wrong, but I have some issue with some of the images in here. This one being one for starters. Coriander, which I love coriander. Perspective and life mission. And I'm not really feeling him right there for that life mission. For reasons that you all probably could understand, you know. It's just not doing it for me. But other than that, there's some beautiful cards in here. Pink pepper. I like wild orange. Opportunities and abundance. And like I said, I might hold on to this one because I do tend to like the colors in it. And the Siberian fir. Rising Above Challenge is another card that just doesn't cut it. Not for me. Not for my spiritual work. And then maybe it's, you know, those cards are in here to trigger something in me, you know. But I work with that type of stuff, so cilantro is interesting, you know. And sorry if you hear my neighbors out there. Like some beautiful artwork in here. Cinnamon, sexuality, creativity. Beautiful cardstock too, nice and heavy, and it has a gorgeous gold edging. Just trying to see if I can find some ones that are really interesting. Here, the Melaleuca. I love this one. This is the Lime, Entertainment and Delight. Kind of makes you think of Bob Marley. And so this is one that I like. So this deck does have turmeric. That one is gorgeous. This one does have some cards that I really do like. I love this one, Deal, Rapid Development. And so you see, like I said, this is a beautiful deck. If I keep one today, it'll be this one. I'm going to keep it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a secondhand bookstore. Like I said earlier, I normally give my cards away. But I love this one. Vertiver. Concentration and Grounding. That one's beautiful. See that? There's a couple more in here that just... Let me see, can I find those really quickly? I actually had to leave them out of the deck. Oh, here they are. Look at this one here. This one is beautiful. This is the Rose, the Unconditional Love. I'm just really, when it comes to masculine energy in the deck, it has to be right for me. It has to feel right. And I have nothing against masculine energy. I have all brothers. I have a son, 17-year-old son. My mother only had brothers, so I have 4 uncles. So, a family full of masculine energy, and it's what I'm used to. But when I get a deck spiritually, it has to speak to me in a certain way. But this is one I just couldn't. I think I ended up keeping these in the deck, in the back of the deck. I just couldn't feel much with this card here. Nothing against this man, you know. I'm sure he has his charms. And then lemongrass, which I love lemongrass, but just wasn't feeling it. So somebody else can probably get this and they would pick those cards up and they wouldn't do a thing, you know, wouldn't create any type of barriers for them when it comes to their reading. Had a beautiful guidebook, you know, so that's the first one. The Divine Feminine Oracle. Another one that, beautiful cards. And I think it's a trend now that let's see here. Gorgeous cardstock with this one. I like the matte cardstock. And, you know, nice and heavy weight there. Nice heavy weight. It's not for me. I work with divine feminine energy. This channel is dedicated to divine energy, not divine feminine energy. But I think I like cards that might have more of portrait style, or just the choices when it comes to the women when we pick these decks, and also characters that should be older when they make them younger, things like that. I don't know. But I've done a few readings with these, and everybody just looks so washed out too. You know, no color. No color. St. Bridget, no, like a ghost. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's the deal with that? And then women of color in this deck are washed out. Washed out completely. You know, it's just, that's the issue with me. And I guess they're trying to showcase this light energy coming from these women, these powerful women, that spiritual light. And I get that, but And so, and then I found that too when reading with these cards, a lot of the messages were the same, or they gave me that same feeling. They have a lot of the Asian deities in here and goddesses. And some of those messages, when I would pull them or when I would get them, they would be the same. You know, it's just, I don't know. The white buffalo calf woman, you know. Which she's been used a lot. But it's nothing wrong with using older women, you know. It's nothing wrong with, we're not models. These goddesses and these saints, were they models? You know, were they hitting the runway? I'm just kind of tired of that superficial look when it comes to femininity. I did like Perpetua. Thought that was... She looks like Janelle Monáe. For me, I don't want to see people. Like, I want to see... And that's the thing when it comes to these. Everybody's young in here. Everybody's young and just gorgeous and beautiful. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just something wrong with that, you know. We look to these women for feminine power and for wisdom, which should be found in every type of woman, you know, not just one type. So this is a little too superficial for me. But, you know, for those who love that energy, I love divine feminine energy, but I just could not find myself in that deck. This one is a sad one because I still love this deck. The messages from the mermaids, beautiful artistry. Karen Kay, Linda Olson did the artwork. Hands down, ocean energy. You know, I work with the ocean. I work with the rivers. I work with bodies of water. Spiritually connected to that, and that's why I thought I would enjoy this deck. And I still do. I still do enjoy this deck. Beautiful cardstock. These are glossy cards. Ask for help. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with the messages. You know, the future. I just find when I pull cards from this deck, they leave me a little flat. It's a little flat feeling for me. Like, I'm not getting much from them. And I read intuitively. And so that means something to me. I shouldn't have to or the message just shouldn't pop out. And I really can't explain it. It's a flat read. A flat read for me. This is one of the reasons that I would love to keep this deck. I love this this abundance card. Look at that. And a mermaid card with women, with black women in it. Come on. I might keep it just for that because it's blessings. Traditionally, we wouldn't be included in this type of deck. Patience. And yes, I'm looking for black women. I'm a black woman, you know. I love my people. I want to see us represented. I love being a black woman. Be spontaneous. And it did have some masculine energy in here with this gentleness card, which I do like. This is, the artwork is gorgeous. And it could be just that large keyword on the bottom there. And then the imagery is beautiful, but, you know, they all are in the same position a lot of times. And so it's not like you, I love that hope card with that rainbow in the background. Letting go. This one here is, look at these girls. Yeah, they are on point. Even the skin coloring is glistening, beautiful. And so this is another one that I'll decide at the last minute, you know, whether I'm going to hold on to it. But I just, let me see really quickly what message I might glean from it. Dreaming, inner knowing, healing, discernment. And I mean, yeah, dreaming, inner knowing, healing. Those are all positive messages. And of course, discernment. Making sure we're choosing the right path, thinking clearly, but continuing to dream as well. Following our intuition. As, I don't know, it's just a little flat for me. That's all I can say. This one here, Paolo Barbieri, Unicorns. And I got this one as a mystery deck. And the messages are clear with this deck. But I just don't, and it's a nice size sky book. The imagery just doesn't cut it. And vulnerability. This one's cute. And this is kind of what's not a unicorn, or a unicorn. So this is not a flower, but it's a unicorn. Kind of like that's the theme of the deck. Not a dragon. It's purity. Not a peacock. It's beauty. This, not a demon. This is desire. I like this one. Not a barn owl, and this one is wisdom. Where's one of the ones that's interesting to me? Not interesting, but not a hairstyle. Like, what? Why did you even think about that? This is pride. I don't know. It's just strange. It's just a strange deck, and I'm considering myself to be quite strange, but it might be a little too out there for me. Not a tiger, and this is majesty. It's just not for me, and that's all it is to it. You know, it's no question, nothing to really ponder. Somebody else would get this, and like I said, the messages are clear. I'm not getting rid of that because of this. I can lay 3 cards down, and I can get information from those cards. Not opening up the guidebook, not anything else, even looking at the imagery. So this one, you know, all that is fine. It's just the imagery I think somebody else would enjoy more. A hard one. The Wisdom of the Trees Oracle by Jane Struthers. Inspirational cards for wisdom and guidance. Love this concept. Love tree energy. But the deck, just for me, for one, the guidebook is not easy to, because nice size guidebook, lots of information for, well, a little bit of information for each tree. but the way it's organized is not easy. You have to kind of look at the colors at the top here. Like you have blue up here for roots, for the roots if you can see it, or you'll have leaf, the green for the leaf, and wisdom. So you're just kind of rummaging through the book here. And of course I could go back to the index, but you know, come on, make it easy for people to find the cards. I mean, because it just has the border. And so the border corresponds to the color that's in the book. And so you just, and then I don't even know if they're in alphabetical order when you actually get to the color. I can't remember. But silver birch. That's really the main reason for that one with this deck. Cedar Lebanon. Hazel. And then I think somebody else could probably cherry. They can enjoy this deck more. And I also find that I don't really resonate with some of the meanings with it. The book is nice because it goes on with some of the lore of the tree itself, or the energy itself. So it kind of like puts it in a historical context a little bit. But I love this beach, European beach. Look at that card. I just don't reach for it. I really don't. And when I do reach for it, I find that it's a lot, you know. And because I'm not familiar with a lot of these trees, I have to look in the guidebook for some of this energy. And the guidebook just is a little lacking to me. But a beautiful deck nonetheless. Let's pull a card really quickly. This one is going, but let's see if we can get some energy. If you're watching this with me, let's see if we can, what the wisdom of the Oracle, Tree Oracle can tell us. Let's pull a card. And I'm not going to say I haven't gotten anything from it. Black Elder. Let's see real quickly. First, let's see if I can find it, you know. All right, so we got that red border, which means that it's flower, fruit, and seed. I wasn't too hard this time. Abundance, which, hey, that's what we're looking for. Black Elder message. I have ancient powers and can bring you abundance and protection. My flowers bring you refreshment in the hot summer, and my berries give you sustenance in the autumn. If you honor me, I will send you many blessings. The elder is traditionally associated with the white goddess who brought benevolence and healing. So elder trees were commonly planted in gardens on farmland to bring good fortune and protection. Later traditions contradicted this, saying that the tree was maligned because Christ died on the cross made from elder wood, and Judas hanged himself from an elder tree. The tree has many medicinal properties. Elderflower tea is excellent for treating nasal and sinus problems, and a hot decoction of the berries has antiviral properties. And I'm all about black elder. I use the flowers in the berries in one of my tea blends that I make. Right way up, it was right way for us. Trust in the abundance of the world around you. Concentrate on everything that you want to attract in your life. Feeling and thinking as though you already have it. Give thanks for your many blessings. What a beautiful message for us today. Thank you, Black Elder. I hate to part with this one. I might do a read with it last minute just to see. And I'm going to speed up a little bit just because I have to get to work. I did this right before work. The Land and Sky Oracle by Teresa Hutch. Beautiful. Have nothing to say but beautiful things about this deck. Gorgeous artwork. I just know that somebody else would resonate with it more. I don't do yoga. But I mean, even still, you don't have to do yoga. This is Amethyst. And this is Nourish. And this might be Ayurvedic practices too. I'm not quite. Gorgeous, the artwork. And I think she has a tarot deck out as well. Nothing against this deck, actually. Look at this one. Tadhata, suchness. Pratyahara, turning inward. And it's just something that I'm unfamiliar with, you know. But somebody else, oh, this one is beautiful. Somebody else might get this and might connect right away with it. I love the cardstock. It's nice and heavy. It's got like a semi-gloss to it. Buddha, Grace. Asana, physical postures. I mean, you know, you can do readings with this deck. And like I said, the mala, remember. I'm just showing some of the cards because I'm looking as I'm opening this up and looking at it. These are beautiful. These are beautiful. The Land and Sky Oracle. I just know somebody else will pick this up and really will be able to utilize it. I rarely open it up. And so there's that. The Sybil's Oraculum. And this is a black creator that I knew I would get this deck. I got it on pre-order, but it's just for me, it doesn't resonate. I've done readings with it. It's not for me. You know, I don't really have anything to say about it. I wish the sister well, and I hope, you know, her deck has been successful. The artwork is not for me. I don't resonate with it. Love the backs of it, though. Wish the backs would have kind of been a little bit more, you know, would have represented what the actual fronts would have been. I love the mosaics, the mosaic work, vibrations. You know, like what is vibrations? I guess maybe something is falling or cracking, or I can't really see here. Gratitude. An ox and a cart, and I guess those are some pears. You know, I do love fruit, so we always are happy for that. The mysteries, I see that with the crow and then the scroll there. Some of them do stand out. Death. Just can't see anything at all. I guess maybe we just in the ground or just the earth. This, I don't even know what it is. Defense. It's just, I do love skulls, and so this one is nice. Nurturing. With the skull, and I think it might have a coin in the mouth. Butterfly at the bottom, and then an open book. I don't know why that's nurturing, but maybe caring for our ancestors. It's just not for me. That's all. It's just not for me. Somebody else could pick this deck up and they could really do a deep dive into the book, because I feel like that's what you have to do. This divination study has its own roots. The Oracle of the Black Doves of Africa. And I don't know if I really get enough Africa in this book, or in these cards. That could be what's really going on. And it says the Latin word Sybil comes from the Greek word Sybilla. And I think this deck is probably more Greek to me. But this, if you want to do a deep dive, you know, you can, because this book has plenty of information and a lot of historical information in the front. So, but I don't pick up decks to do. I'm not trying to do a whole bunch of research. I want to speak with the deck. I want to talk with it. And I just really couldn't talk with this one. But that's just me. That's just me. This deck has something to say for someone else. I'm going to speed up. Angel Quest Oracle. Beautiful cards. This is one that I just got because I thought it would be wonderful for my angel readings that I do on here. And I offer angel readings on my website. But just some of the messages, or the messages that the readings that I would get, just didn't resonate with me. Of course, raising your vibration. We can't go wrong. Unexpected blessings. The cards that are great are the cards I would never get. I don't think I've ever gotten unexpected blessings before. That's so funny. Comfort. Let me show you the ones that I get. Divine intervention. Spirit is carrying you through your difficult times. Trust in the higher power. I'm thankful for that. But, you know, you pick up a deck sometimes and you want to get comfort, of course. But enough with the the sadness. I don't really know. I can't really explain what I'm saying. I get this one too. Forgiveness. Archangel Pamiel is urging you to let go of past grievances. If you're watching, I forgive you. You know, I don't even feel like I hold on to anything like that. There's no situation where I'm not willing to come to the table and talk to somebody. I look at this also too. Maybe they're just telling me to be at peace with that dove. Friendship. I love this one. I don't get that one that often. I showed you the one that I get. Let's see. I get this one a lot. Discipline. The angels are asking you to increase your level of self-discipline, and I'm thankful for that. That energy. I get animal protection a lot. Archangel Ariel is presenting you with opportunities to be of service to animals. And on that note, I need to get some bird food today because I feed the birds in the backyard and off my balcony, and I haven't had food there for a couple of weeks. And so, you know, they like to get you, lady. You're not coming through. So no, but I love bird energy, so I'll probably get some of that today. So there's always positive messages. I love animal friends. And let's see here. Tarot of the Moon Garden. Haven't even opened this one up. I think I got this. It's like a mystery deck. And you can see some of that there. Somebody else would enjoy it. Kind of fantasy, mystical. Got unicorns there, butterflies. Sexual Magic Tarot. Another mystery. The deck I got. Mystery deck. I actually own this deck though in the same size. Interesting deck, you know. Not one of my favorites. You know, once again, if I pull that deck, I'm going to get the Hermit. I'm going to get the High Priestess, you know. Not much going on there for me in that area when it comes to that deck, but that's fine. This is when I do like the Wisdom of the Avalon Oracle cards. But I think I'm going to let this one, I'm going to move this one along. The Dragon, Power and Strength. I might keep this one. We'll see. Movement. The Bard, Music, Poetry, Myth, History, Enchantment, and Storytelling. I always get that one. High Priestess, another one I get a lot in this deck. Not more than the Bard, though. Independence, Healthy Boundaries. Get that one a lot. Beautiful deck. Beautiful deck. They're going to hit me with the restriction. I get that one a lot, too. The Spells deck. You can even see that. This is actually not a bad deck. I just know somebody else could probably enjoy it more. Very simplistic. And this is just one of those decks. I might keep this, though. We'll see. 3 Muses. And it has like a little message there, then a spell that you can do to bring that energy into your life. Witch Bottle, a timeless spell for protection and deflecting negativity. That's always needed. The Cat, a little bit about the cat there. And these are the backs of them. They're all just really simplistic. I think it's 4 different designs, and it's all just that abstract little watercolor on the back there. Herbs of Love, Witch's Broom, Lodestone, Lover's Knot. And I don't really, like I think I told you all, I don't really do a lot of spell work. That's not my particular practice. I do offerings, and I'll talk to you more about that another time. Camelot Oracle, because I love King Arthur, I love Merlin, I love that energy. It's fun for me. But I think I'm going to move this deck on. I love Will Worthington. He illustrates a few decks. And I don't have any of the other ones. I only have this one. But I love his illustrations. Beautiful. And the guidebook is out of this world. So much information here. Swain. Let's see. Lancelot, Merlin, Mordred, Morgana. Yeah. Pelennor. Let's see here. Love that card. And then you'll have these ones here. Pathway cards. Gareth. Merlin. Just somebody else might like it. Mordred. Just looking at them now. I love that card. Yeah, you know, there's Arthur. And here's the Lady of the Lake. Morgana. Just Igraine. It's a good deck. I just don't use it that often. I don't use it that often. And you can't just really pull a card. You really have to spend time with the book. And it's nice because it comes with a little map here, and you can lay your cards out. I've never done that. Maybe if I did that, I might hold on to it. Then I'm like, maybe my son might enjoy it. So I might keep this one a little bit longer. The Sacred Self-Care Oracle. Beautiful by Jill Pyle. And then the Tatiana Verdenkina. Beautiful deck. It doesn't work for me. It's kind of like that matte cardstock, a little heavy journal. And I've used this for readings for other people where I've pulled a card. Build strength. And I guarantee you all the cards now, even though I only get 2 cards out of this deck with a reading for me. And it's not going to be connect with crystals or aromatherapy. I'll show you the ones I get. It's none of the ones. None of these. None. And I think that's for me. It's just the readings, beauty ritual. And nothing against that. I mean, obviously, pleasure. Spend time with friends. Sex. Make a vision board. Dream journal. Read. I do get sweet treat. You know, and I do love a sweet treat. And so this, you know, it's a beautiful deck, but I think somebody else can enjoy it more. But every time I get this one too, clean your space. So I'm always, and this is what I'm doing now, I'm cleaning my space. Never forgotten watch a movie. This is the one, I do get connect with the earth a lot, and I'm thankful for that one. I do like to connect with the earth. But out of all these cards, I only will get 2 or 3 in the reading. And that's always energy to me, funny to me. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just, I do love this one, Connect with Your Womb. That's a beautiful card and a very important energy. Breast. Where's the one that I get? Every time. They love to tell me to take a walk. That's fine. I'll take a walk. But look for fairies. Every time. Every time I pull this deck out. Every reading, look for fairies. And am I against fairies? No, I love spirit energy. But I'm just not going to be out there frolicking all the time looking for fairies. And I get it. They want me to see the wonders. But when you have things going on and you really want to get some messages, and that's my guides. They're telling me to just see the lighter parts in life. And I really do when I go to the forest or when I do believe that there are, you know, little spirits out there, tree spirits and flower spirits, and I feel that energy. And so I'm thankful for it, but come on. You know, how many times you going to tell me to go look for the fairies, right? We get it, we get it, we get it, we get it. Today they're telling me to do some sound healing. First time ever getting that card, so that's wonderful. And to hydrate. And we'll do that right now. Alright, let me get going because I got to get to work. And I want it to be a long video. These are the last 2. And this is the Altaringa deck, which is actually was a Kickstarter. Which I think I'm going to keep this one. I think this one is, I'm going to hold on to this a little bit longer. I love the artwork in this deck. Hope. Innocence. I'm going to hold on to this one a little bit longer. Falling. Inspiration. But I also, when I did this Kickstarter, I got the tarot that went with it. I really just wanted this deck, but then I decided, let me go ahead and get the tarot. The Gothmancy, Divination in Darkness. And I opened the bottom because it's a first edition, so it has a seal on it. But I just don't connect with it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Somebody else will connect more. We have the Death card. It's kind of like for punk, in the punk scene. A lot of musicians I don't know. The Nine of Swords. The World. The Queen of Pentacles. I do love that card. Ten of Wands. And some of these artists I do, like this is the Addams Family, the Ten of Pentacles. Some of the cards I do, and I think they have Poe in here. Edgar Allan Poe. They have some cards in here. I love this one, the Page of Cups. This one is the beautiful, the Lovers. Yeah, but that's all I can say with this one. You know, nothing wrong with this deck. It's just I know somebody else would enjoy it more. Somebody else would be able to pick this up and say, you know, they remember they were in this scene. They know the artists. You know, I might know of some. I love this one, the Nine of Pentacles. And I can't think of her name right now. This one's nice, the Ace of Wands. So yeah, but that's it. And so I think I'm going to take them to one of the secondhand bookstores, and I'll probably see if I can find something else to replace these with. Like I said, I normally give my decks away, find a home for them. These decks haven't been used that much. That's another reason, and so they're still in really great condition. If they were heavily used, I wouldn't give them away. But I just think somebody else can enjoy these more. And then for Mother's Day, I can maybe treat myself to something else. And this is a way to treat myself without spending any more money. If I can take them and see if I can turn these in and how much money I can get for these, and at a secondhand store and maybe do some shopping there. I'll probably go to Second and Charles today. And so that'll be my Mother's Day treat. And so I'll keep you posted on if I grab anything, and we'll talk soon. Peace.